Go.
Alright, so I'll start from the center console and move forward. This is just going to be storage in here. All of your charging is going to be prioritized down here. So you have two USB-C ports and one 12-volt cigarette style outlet charger. Moving forward, you have your parking camera you can turn on any point in time or when it goes into reverse. So you can adjust the camera angle as well. So top down if you park into a garage or getting close to a wall. And then you have a full screen as well. And your main screen is going to be right here. It does have a guidance system, so it'll show you your turning radius. This line back here is where you're going to be when you straighten up. So if you straighten this into the two lines of a parking space, you'll be straight every single time. This button down here is going to be your auto hold feature. Excuse me. You'll see it show right there, auto hold. If you put it in drive, it'll glow green. And that means you can take your foot off the brake and it'll maintain constant pressure on the brakes. And that way you don't have to keep your foot on there. So that way if you're in stop and go traffic or on a hill or things like that, you just don't have to keep your foot on the brake. All of your climate control is going to be up here. You can go up to fan speed 8, experience a gale force hurricane. Your defrost is going to be right here. Rear defrost will also defrost the driver window and passenger window. So that way if you have ice in the morning, it'll clear off fairly quickly. All of your climate control for airflow is going to be right here. If you want to engage Freon through the system to make AC blow cold faster, you press that right there. And then your temp shows up here all the way down to cold and rose, red, and blue between. These are going to be your hotkeys for your upper screen up here. While this is touchscreen, if you do just want to have a hotkey to go straight to home, you can press any of these. This map feature is directly correlated to your phone, so when you connect your phone, you'll have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and it'll jump to the map that you use most often, whether that's Apple Maps, Google Maps, Waze, whatever your primary source of getting places is. Search is going to be internal settings of the car, so if you want to search like keywords in the settings, Bluetooth, feature information, things like that, you can do that. That way you don't have to navigate the system through touchscreen. Phone projection is exactly what it sounds like, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Valet mode is a pretty cool mode. Let's turn this down real quick. If you have someone driving the car you don't necessarily trust, it sets a acceleration limit and a speed limit, so that way they can't romp on your car. Vehicle diagnostics, that's like a wireless OBD2 systems check. So if you ever get a low TPMS light or like a check engine light or low coolant, things like that, you can run a systems check without having to take it to a shop, and it'll tell you what's going on in the car. So that way you can call a shop and schedule an appointment based on what the car is telling you it needs. Moving over here, you can do service maintenance. When you buy this car, you get an app called Kia Connect. You get a free trial of it for 3 years, and you can schedule a service for any local Kia dealership through the phone, and also run a diagnostic through that as well. You can also remote start the car, set up custom temperatures. If you go to work at the same time every day, you can set a remote start schedule. Like if you go to work at 8 a.m. every morning, you can have the car start at 7:50 every morning at a custom temperature of your choosing, so that way it's nice and warm and defrosted for you. Notifications for like oil changes and factory recommended services. Here's your online manual. You have a physical manual in the dash as well. And then you have an online manual on the phone through the Kia Access as well. Internal setup of the car, this is going to be all your safety features. We can go through all of this, but this one will take a bit longer than the base to just kind of run through the car. But essentially, you can customize like your cluster, if you want the lights to stay on when you turn off the car, auto lock, unlock when you put the car in drive, things like that. Moving over to the steering wheel, this is where it gets kind of cool. So on your right hand side, you're going to have your audio assist settings. On your left hand side, you're going to have your drive assist settings. This button right here is going to be Kia Intelligence. I'll warn you right now, she's not very intelligent, but when your phone's connected, it'll be your wireless assistant on your phone, whether that's Siri or Google. Mode is kind of a custom button, but it's solely for audio sources. If you select all of these, it'll cycle through by a single press of a button. If you just want it to be a hotkey for like your Bluetooth or your phone projection or things like that, you can do that as well, and it'll jump straight to it. Volume is going to be right here. You can mute it by pressing in. If you're in a phone call, you can mute the caller, so that way you can call them colorful names and they'll never know. And then seek and track is going to be down here. So say the radio's on and you have some favorites in FM or things like that, you can skip forward or backwards. So down is forward, up is backwards. And accept phone calls. And then this button right here is also pretty cool. You'll notice you have two of them, one here and one here. They're completely custom buttons, so you can adjust them based on all of these features in here, whether you want privacy mode, go to Apple CarPlay, reject a call, go to Bluetooth, things like that. Whatever feature you want it to be, you can make it. So like right now, let's do display off, and now it turns the display off or on. If you ever want to like change it, you just press and hold the button. It'll bring you right back, and you can adjust it from there as well. Moving over to the left-hand side, This button controls what you see in your center monitor right here. So right now it's going to be showing you your kind of top-down view of the car with your lane keep assist. It'll also show you if you have your blind spot monitors and such. So you have 2 blind spot monitors in each mirror, little hazard logos that will glow red when someone's in your blind spot, either on your left or right hand side. But if you don't see that in your peripheral, it'll also show you on this screen down here via little red Wi-Fi signals if someone's in your left or right hand blind spot. So that way it keeps you notified of who's around you at all times. Press this button again, you can go to your tire pressure and see how much PSI is in each wheel and tire. You have your trip odometer, and you can use this lever down here to scroll through. So you have since you started the car, since you last refueled, and since your last oil change. And then you have your main screen right over there as well. This button in the top left-hand corner is going to be your cruise control. You press it at any point in time. It'll set it on cruise control whatever speed you're currently cruising at. You can make micro adjustments with this lever by 1 mile per hour increments. You can press in to pause or resume, or press the brake to pause or resume cruise control. You can adjust your adaptive cruise control with this button down here. You're set between 1 and 4 car lengths away from the car in front of you. So say you're cruising at 60 miles an hour and someone cuts you off at 50, it'll slow you down to match their speed while maintaining that predetermined distance that you set via this option right here. This button down here controls your lane keep assist and active steering assist. You'll see in this corner down here, this one's your lane keep assist, this one is your active steering assist. So when they're grayed out like that means they're on but not enabled. So the lane keep assist will keep you in your lane, so if you start to wander, it'll kind of bump you back and forth. The active steering assist will use the sonar throughout the car to actually center you in your lane and steer with you on the freeway. So it'll help steer for up to 30 degrees of turning radius on the freeway. You can take your hands off the steering wheel for about 10 to 15 seconds if need be. Say you have a burrito or soda, things like that, but it's directly monitored by pressure on the steering wheel. So if your hands are off the steering wheel for too long, it'll say driver attention required, steering assist required. It'll beep at you incessantly until you put your hands on the steering wheel. One cool feature about this is if you're on like a long road trip and you start to like nod off or fall asleep at the wheel, it will continue to beep at you, but if God forbid you actually do fall asleep at the wheel, after like 10 seconds of beeping, it'll start slowing you down by 1 mile per hour increments until you come to a complete stop and put your hazards on while continuously beeping at you. Be like, wake up, things like that. And then down here you have your drive modes. You have 2 to choose from, normal and sport. Normal is going to prioritize light steering feel, great gas mileage. Sport's going to keep you at your higher RPMs, make it just a bit quicker if you need to get to freeway speeds or overtake someone. It's by no means a race car, but it certainly helps if need be. Screen brightness is down in this corner. Your electronic parking brake is down over here as well. You pull out to engage it, you press the brake and push in to disengage, and then you have traction control over here as well. Soft touch lighting throughout. And then boop. And then boop. And then that is the K4 in about 10 minutes.
8 minutes.